Hello. Presentation on transgender family and dynamics by me, Estrella Hernandez. We're going to be focusing on the book Luna and how family dynamics in real life affect, the family, the kid. So transgender and non-conforming gender roles for youth have diverse gender identities or expressions that do not conform to culturally defined norms associated with their assigned sex. So this is more focusing on females who want to be males, males who want to be females, and there are some people who just don't agree with any of the above. They want to be their own person without having, a gender. Some people are binary, which means both, and they kind of have like fluid gender, so they can kind of change what they prefer. The flag on the right is the transgender or gender non-conforming flag that most people use. Luna's parents in the book are not supportive. The dad forces Luna to play sports and act more like a boy. Luna is Liam in the book. Liam is born as a boy, but he does not feel like a boy, so he decides that he's gonna be female, so now she is Luna. Luna's sister, Reagan, is a younger sister. She tries to understand and is closer to her brother than her parents are, but they don't get along all the time. A quote from Luna's father when he first sees her is, "You're not leaving the house dressed like that. You look like a clown. Go downstairs and change." This was the day of their 18th birthday. Luna decides that she's gonna dress as herself and go out of the house, and the dad is shocked because he's never seen Luna, and he is against it completely. He's actually very violent, angry. Reagan has a flashback with her mom, Liam, and her in a pool. Liam decides he's not gonna want to have his genitalia attached to him, so he's acting out in the sense that he's not being a normal boy. In the book, it says, Liam grabs his penis and starts to pull. "Take it off," he says, almost in a whisper. "I want it off. Take it off. Take it off. Take it off." "No, I am not a young man." These are parts that he says while he is arguing with his mom, while she tries to force him to stop and put his shorts back on. Liam was quite small in this scenario, but he already knew that something was off, that he didn't like his body, and that he felt uncomfortable. And he was trying to tell his mom, and his mom knew, but was kind of in denial and didn't really say anything or stand up for him or bring it up whenever anything with Liam's gender identity came up in the future. And Reagan is remembering this and asking herself why her mom isn't helping Liam, instead of, ignoring the fact that he, from the beginning, didn't want to be a boy. Reagan has a babysitting job in the beginning of the book. She wants to go on a date when she's supposed to be babysitting. She hasn't been on a date ever. So she asked Liam to cover because she didn't know that she was going on this date when she accepted to work that Saturday night. So Liam decides to stay at the house and take care of the kids after they're falling asleep. When she comes back, she finds that the parents are already in the house and that Liam has dressed as Luna in the clothes of the owner. They are upset with him, threatening him, confused on why he's there, why he's using their stuff, treating him as an intruder because they don't know what's going on. And then Reagan gets there and she's very shocked. Her and Liam kind of try to get themselves out of that situation and like run out, and it's a lot going on. Reagan loses her job because she allowed a stranger into the house to take care of the kids when she was supposed to, and he took advantage of that by using the stuff that was in the house. When they get to their house, Reagan is really upset, and she says, "It was the only place I had to get away from you. I hate you. I hate what you are. I wish you were never born." So she's kind of shocked at the fact that, he was doing this in public, like somewhere where he shouldn't have, not in public, but like in the house that he shouldn't have had, that she trusted him to cover for her, and that didn't happen. And now she lost her job, and she feels like the situation could have been way less severe if he would have been a boy, if he would have just like sat in the living room, chill, and not gone through their stuff, not dressed as a woman. How do parents of transgender children usually act? In today's world, many parents are really alarmed when their kid doesn't do their gender-conforming behaviors. They tend to put their children in therapy if they think that it's something that's wrong with them, because they don't understand. They'll feel guilty about situations they put their child in when they weren't comfortable, and now they know why. Some of them will be in denial and act like it's just a phase, like they don't want it to happen. They'll still call them by their birth name. They'll still treat them like if they never said anything about them wanting to be transgender and move to a different gender to feel more like themselves. And they confuse gender identity with their sexuality, so they'll say that their kid is gay or any other sexuality because they don't understand that their kid just wants to be the gender that they feel like they are in person. Inside. They want the inside to match the outside. Parents of Luna ignore all signs of him trying to show them that he wanted to be a girl. They put conforming gender roles on Luna, forcing Luna to act like Liam and have this mask, and trying to force him to do sports. They act angry and violent, like his dad acts angry and violent towards him. There's multiple times during the story that Reagan has flashbacks of when her dad was violent towards Luna or Liam because he wasn't doing what he was supposed to. And they confuse their identity with their gender identity with their sexuality. So because the dad is confused, he says that Liam is gay instead of understanding that he is transgender, male to female. Things parents worry about in general is outside judgment. They want their child to be happy, but they don't know how to help. They need to change how school, family, and friends talk to their child when they accept their child. And sometimes that can be really hard. They have to change how they see their child, which makes them really confused. They don't know how to act sometimes because they have to change how they call their child, their pronouns. They get really worried about medication and surgeries because a lot of transgenders want to take hormones or have surgeries so that they feel like they are more like the gender that they are inside, outside. things siblings would worry about. Siblings would worry about being judged themselves for their brothers and how their sisters are. They are being judged, and so sometimes they would get bullied. They're also worried that their brother or sister will get bullied. They're scared of what can happen next, and they're confused on what this actually means for them. Because it's their sibling, sometimes like the confusion comes with, how are other people gonna see them, or how am I gonna explain what my brother is or what my sister is when they're not the sex that they were born in. Things parents and families in general should keep in mind. 1, try to be neutral with gender roles until your child can pick a gender. I think it's really important. All the baby showers are kind of surrounded by like, oh, is it gonna be a boy? Is it gonna be a girl? There's a lot of, oh, like, I'm happy you're pregnant. Do you know what it is? Instead of just being happy and trying to make sure that the baby is healthy, they're more focused on, I want it to be a boy or I want it to be a girl, which is not okay because it's already putting pressure on what that baby should be, and it keeps going like throughout their whole lives. For 2, be kind and patient. Sometimes they just need understanding, and they're worried about how other people are going to treat them. So being kind and patient is the best of the best for them, especially with their mental health. For number 3, include family in understanding them. The parents should not only explain to themselves and understand what's going on, but to their kids, to the aunts, to the people around the child. They want to make sure that they're supportive in a way that allows the child to speak up about who they are and doesn't make them feel guilty or feel ashamed that they're the only ones advocating for what they want to be called or who they are as transgenders. For number 4, do research. Do lots and lots of research so you know what's going on. You know what your child needs, what they want, how they can help, who they want to go to when it comes to like health, like a pediatrician. You don't want to go to somewhere that's going to be transphobic, that's going to put pressure on your child to be the gender that they were born as, because it'll hurt their mental health and make them feel like something is wrong with them, which is not how any child should feel. And number 5, treat all children the same. You don't want to change how you treat your transgender child once they tell you they're transgender to how you treat your cisgender children. You don't want to make them feel segregated from the family or outcasted. You want them to feel like you love them all equally in their own individual way, and that it's okay to be a different gender or different sexuality. This way, they will feel more unity, they will stand up for each other when other people are not as accepting, and they will understand that that's not how it should be. So personally, how I would deal with this is I would try to understand as much as I could. I would make sure I listen to them. Lots of different people want different things from you understanding them. Some people don't mind you calling them by their birth name and their name that they've chosen. Some people really do. Some people don't really expect you to remember every single time their pronouns, but other people do, and it can hurt their feelings if you don't. I personally have transgender friends, and I try my best to do everything that I can to make sure that they feel accepted. Many transgenders are killed, bullied, left out, are homeless because a lot of people don't understand them and they neglect them, which is not good. And that's all I have for my presentation. The next slide is my credits. And yeah, I think it's really important to remember these 5 and keep them in mind.